Big poppin', money in the bank coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me big poppin'. Money in the bank coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me what the topic.
What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the bar. It's your girl Henny, and I'm about to pour plenty of the hot Henny that y'all love to sip on. So if you are new here, welcome. Please be sure to like, comment, and of course, subscribe. Click that notification bell, select all so that you get notified whenever I do a video. And if you are a returning Mob Down Henny Gang member, yeah. Now let's get into these hot content topics. Okay, so if you were live with me over on my IG live, which by the way, you can follow me, it is the same name, NSA Reviews. And if you were in that live, then you know that I told you that I have some hot Henny that I'm about to pour up for you. And if you can tell from the thumbnail on this video, you know that we are going to be talking about real estate tycoon, the Alexander brothers. Okay, it's 3 of them. And they went from being real estate moguls who were selling high-priced homes and penthouses and all of that to celebrities and people who were wealthy, billionaires and all of that stuff in New York and Miami. I was going to say from New York to Miami, but it just mentions them doing real estate, big real estate in New York and Miami, to being residents in Click City. And guess where they are in Click City at? They are in Brooklyn's MDC. I know, they are in the same MDC facility as Diddy. Take that. Oh, wait till you hear what these 3 brothers have been up to. It is diabolical. It is absolutely atrocious and diabolical. And the reason why I decided to talk about them is because when it's one of us, it always gets like oversaturated, exposed, and it goes viral around everywhere. But when it's one of them, they do the same thing. Well, guess what? We finna talk about it. We gonna jump right on into the brothers because scandalous. Lord have mercy, it is scandalous out here. Okay, so let's see if we could get a little news.
Court today on sex trafficking charges.
Here we go.
2 luxury real estate brothers who were twins and another sibling all arraigned in federal court today on sex trafficking charges.
Prosecutors say they've spoken to more than 60 alleged victims at this point. Alice Gainer covers courts and was there today.
Did you hear that? 60 alleged victims. There were 60 women that came forward against these 3 brothers. 2 of them are twins, and one of them is just the sibling. Like, you know, they're all brothers.
Tal, Oren, and Alon Alexander, all in their late 30s, entered the courtroom in prison clothing with their hands cuffed and feet shackled. The brothers pleaded not guilty to sex trafficking charges. Federal prosecutors allege the Alexander brothers worked together and with others to drug, sexually assault, and rape dozens of victims.
Why this ain't go viral? Never mind. Let's continue.
Luring them in, they argue, with the promise of romantic relationships, luxury travel, parties, and events. Tal and Oren were luxury real estate agents in New York City and in Miami. In 2019, Tal gave CBS a tour of this Manhattan penthouse. Alon was an executive for a private security firm owned by the family. Prosecutors previously revealed videos found allegedly show the brothers and others engaged in sexual acts with women who appear under the influence of drugs or alcohol and unaware they were being recorded.
Don't this sound real familiar? Don't this sound real like Diddy-esque? It sounds real Diddy-esque for me. I don't know. Are y'all getting that for yourselves as well? Because that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing this is the same thing that they have been accusing Diddy of doing as well. Henny Glasses in the chat if I'm not bugging, because I don't think I'm bugging. I think I'm right on time with that. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to see what I got. If I got what I see. Let me just go ahead and play this for y'all while I look.
On Friday, prosecutors told the judge they intend to file a superseding indictment with additional victims. They say they've interviewed more than 60 women who allege at least one of the brothers raped them. Prosecutors also told the court the discovery is substantial and includes iCloud accounts, Instagram and Facebook accounts, dating apps, laptops, hard drives, and cell phones. An attorney for one of the brothers released a statement that reads, quote, "These charges are an overreach by the government that in no way amount to sex trafficking."
Now, let me just say this. It's 60 women that have come forward and accused them of heinous acts. And it's been spanning for over 2 decades. 2 decades. I'm gonna say that one more time because I don't know if y'all caught what I just said. It's been spanning for 2 decades, okay? And like you just heard, the allegations are of rugging, sexual assault, rape, and abuse of wealth and power. Yes, they have federal eggs trafficking charges, violent grapes, and a pattern of predatory behavior. Okay, that goes back to their teenage years. That means they've been doing this since they were teenagers and they were just getting away with it. Okay, they also are facing multiple civil lawsuits from women across various states, each detailing a horrific, I don't even know what other word to use. I'm just going to stick with horrific. A horrific experience, okay? And based off of what these boys put out there or these men put out there, it goes against the facade. So here we have these men who have this money and this power, right? And they are using that to abuse it. They're using that to abuse people. Like, anyway, their case is a case of power corrupting morale, if that's what we're going to say here. It's about power corrupting morale. There's no other way to put it. So, once again, we're seeing this pattern, and it's not just one sector, but one sector gets all of the attention for all of this. It's not just Diddy. It's not just Diddy. Okay, that's what people need to know. It's not just Diddy. Anywho, so now let's get into, oh wait, was there one more thing I wanted to show y'all? So now that was CBS News. And as a matter of fact, let me tell y'all when this CBS News, and there's more, but don't want to keep going on their content. This was dropped on February 7th of 2025. We are now on March 17th and nobody has said nothing. It has been mum's the word. Nobody brought it up. Maybe because nobody knows who they are, but it is a pattern of behavior. It speaks to the salaciousness of that fast life with money and power and what happens. But these young men are different because they've been doing this since they were younger. This was also in Vanity Fair on March 10th, which was just 7 days ago. It was in Vanity Fair, and we still have not heard or seen anything at all regarding these young men. Here are their court docs, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get them up here on the screen. Okay. Now, I'm not going to be reading the court docs. I told y'all that I will do separate videos reading the court docs for y'all, but let's just say this. If y'all thought real estate was just about $1 million penthouses and flashy deals, I want y'all to think again, okay? So we getting ready to break this down. So Alon, Oren, and Tal Alexander, okay? They, like you just heard, they're the faces behind this big real estate business, and one of the brothers was the head of their security firm, okay? So now, according to the indictment that was filed on December 11th of 2024, which would be, I believe, this document right here, which is document number 3. This is the document that we're talking about right now. The brothers ran an eggs trafficking operation targeting young women and coercing them into providing services for high-profile clients. Again, doesn't this sound familiar? Haven't we heard this before? Didn't somebody else that's sitting in the MDC do this? Child. Anyway, let's continue. Okay. The brothers, okay, so now they allegedly used money, power, and influence to lure young women and coerce them into providing services for high profile. I'm sorry, we already read that part. They allegedly used their money, promising them exclusive access to luxury parties, career opportunities, and financial rewards. Some women claim that they were rugged and assaulted at events hosted by the Alexander brothers. The government is accusing them of running a criminal enterprise disguised as a high-end real estate business. So basically, the prosecutors are saying these brothers weren't just selling penthouses, they were selling people. They were selling people too. Okay. So now on January 28th, let me get y'all to that document. Hold on. Sorry, I said the 28th is January 8th. So now on January 8th, the Alexanders requested bail, right? Offering multi-million-dollar bonds. Now, we just heard this with Diddy too. He offered multi-million-dollar bonds. And they were going to surrender their passports and they were going to do 24/7 private security. Same thing. The judge denied their request, calling them a flight risk due to their international ties to Israel. They have international ties to Israel, y'all. And their extensive wealth made them the flight risk, okay? And the prosecutors also revealed that new evidence suggests that the brothers had contacts who would help them flee the country. So no, there's no way that they were getting ready to get out. They thought they was gonna go right on to Click City, right up in there in the MDC. So now the courts are basically not playing with them. All right. Which moves us to here. Hold on. So now, now that their bail and everything has been revoked, they're stuck in the MDC. Now they have a trial that's set to begin on January 5th of 2026 in New York. Okay. And the next big hearing for them this year will be in July of 2025. And during that time, it'll be pre-trial motions and the evidence will be argued, and the prosecutors, well, they're still collecting evidence and they may add more charges before the trial. Okay. So this is where we are right now with them on this court document. This is where they were committed. And let me get over here. Those are like their sentencing minutes. So this is where you see their court date. So their court date is Monday, January 5th, 2026 at 10 a.m. Pre-trial motions will be Tuesday, May 20th of 2025. Responses to any pre-trial motions are due by Friday, June 20th of 2025. All right. And it says that they, if a hearing is necessary to determine any pretrial motions, the hearing will take place on July 15th of 2025. All of their papers are due by June 27th of this year. So they have until June 27th to file all their motions and paperwork to get it in, and then they will move forward. Okay. Let's see, June. That's all about the paperwork. So now let me go back because I want to read just a little bit of the actual case to y'all from this document right here. And this is the background, but we're going to statutory allegations. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to go through the first two. Let's read the background, okay? Because as you can see, there's an overview, there's a background, but there is no actual facts, and you know that's where we like to go to. All right, so it says Elan Alexander, Orion Alexander, and Tal Alexander, the defendants, are brothers. Elan, Orion, and Tal is approximately 1 year older. Elan and Orion are the twins, and Alal is approximately 1 year older than him. Okay. At all times relevant to this indictment, Orion Alexander and Tal were the real estate agents who focused on ultra luxury markets in New York City, Miami, Florida, and other locations. Since at least in or around 2012, Alon Alexander has been an executive of a private security firm owned and operated by his family. Starting in at least in or about 2010, Alon, Oren, and Tal, the defendants, and others known and unknown, operated a long-running eggs trafficking scheme as part of which they raped and sexually assaulted women to whom they had provided material benefits, including domestic and international travel to vacation destinations, luxury accommodations at high-end hotels and vacation properties, and access to other luxury experiences and events. The Alexander Brothers scheme was based in among other places, Manhattan, New York, and Miami, Florida, where the defendants maintained residence and where their businesses were based. Y'all hear this? I know y'all hear this. Let me go ahead and do this so I can stop looking over my shoulder. Okay. To carry out and facilitate their eggs trafficking scheme, Alon, Oren, and Tal, the defendants, used deception, fraud, and coercion to cause victims to travel with them or meet them in private locations. Therefore, the Alexander brothers used various methods, included rugging the victims, at times physical force, to rape and sexually assault the victims, sometimes alone and sometimes together. Yeah. In particular, the defendants used the following means and methods, among others, to carry out their eggs trafficking scheme. The Alexander brothers used their wealth and positions to create and facilitate opportunities to rape and sexually assault women. In particular, on multiple occasions, Oren and Tal used their prominent positions in the real estate industry to induce other women to attend events and parties and to meet other women at those events and parties whom one or more of the defendants later sexually assaulted. So they would have these real estate parties, right? And little shindigs. Everybody there's got a little money, they got a little change, got a little cheddar. This person is probably looking for a rental property or something to buy. And instead of them getting the property, they get invited to this party. Unbeknownst to them, they're targeted and they end up getting assaulted. Okay, the Alexander brothers worked together and with other men to arrange events and domestic and international trips. They used as bait to recruit, entice, harbor, transport, and maintain multiple women. During the events and trips, the defendants frequently raped and sexually assaulted the women they enticed and attended. They enticed to attend. At times, the Alexander brothers used social connections or the guise of starting a relationship to lure and entice women to meet with one or more of them at a public place or group event, or to travel to meet one or more of the defendants. On multiple occasions, the defendants, alone or together, then sexually assaulted the women, sometimes within hours of their meeting. Immediately following the sexual assault, the defendants sometimes offered the victims material items, including travel, concert tickets, and other luxury experiences. Some trips and events were organized by the Alexander brothers well in advance and involved domestic and international traveling. The Alexander brothers worked together and with others to recruit women to attend these events and trips. The defendants, at times with others, shared photographs of women to select those they found sufficiently attractive to invite. The defendants and other men organizing the trip then contacted the women, including through social media or dating applications, and induced the women to attend by, among other things, offering to purchase their flights, making other travel arrangements, and or providing accommodations without charge. So somebody is offering you a free trip and you don't know them. I don't know. I'm not going. If I don't know people, I'm not going. Like, I'm not. First of all, even if I'm dating you, if I don't know you, I'm not going out the country with you. I'm not even going out the state with you, let alone the country. I don't give a damn. I don't know. I don't trust people. Maybe that's just why. Maybe because I don't trust people. Oh, let me show y'all my shirt real quick. For all of those that kept saying, this is men business. Stay out of men business. Yes, I'm a passenger princess. Today. Anywho. Anywho. I'm not going out the country with no randos. And I've always been leery. Like when a dude invites you somewhere and it's him and he's got two friends with him. Girl, you still going? No, I'm not going. I will pull that. What is that? The Mean Girls, where she was like, I'm sick. Yeah, no, I'm not going. And I'm not victim blaming. I'm just raising awareness. Like, be more aware. Be more aware, ladies, because you done tricked you out. In addition to inviting women to their events directly, the Alexander brothers worked with party promoters to arrange for women to attend events or travel with them in order to ensure that there were a sufficient number of women present. Some occasions, after the women accepted the invitation to attend a particular event, the Alexander brothers transported women and caused women to be transported across state lines and international lines. And this is where you get into the trafficking part, because you're crossing over state lines, you're crossing over the country. You moving about the country, and bing, you are on international flights. The defendants and other men attending the trips pooled financial resources in order to pay for flights and other travel expenses for the women. So pause. It's not just them. There's other people that are involved in this too, that are putting their money together. So imagine you have a group of men that are together and that they are putting their money together to be able to eggs traffic women. What are we talking about here? This is a whole network. This is a whole, this is what they do. In advance to the events, the Alexander brothers and others procured rugs that how far are we? We're 26 minutes in. Okay. Procured drugs that they agreed to provide to the women, including, among other things, cocaine, mushrooms, and GHB. And if you don't know what GHB is the date grape drug. Okay. On multiple occasions during these events and trips, the Alexander brothers and others surreptitiously drugged the women's drinks. Some of the victims experienced symptoms of impaired physical and mental capacity, including limitation of movement and speech, and incomplete memories of events. And I can tell you from experience that those incomplete memories never come back. All right. The Alexander brothers, sometimes acting alone, sometimes with others, and sometimes with other men, forcibly raped and sexually assaulted their victims. At times, the defendants physically restrained and held down their victims during these rapes and sexual assaults and ignored screams and explicit requests to stop. The agreement between the Alexander brothers encompassed numerous other acts of sexual violence in addition to sexual assault during planned trips and events. On numerous occasions, the Alexander brothers drugged and raped or sexually assaulted women they encountered by chance, including women that they met at bars and nightclubs, social events, and dating applications. The Alexander brothers similarly carried out these rapes and sexual assaults by, among other things, drugging and incapacitating victims, taking victims to isolated locations, physically restraining victims while raping and sexually assaulting them alone, together, or with other men, and ignoring the victims' explicit demands to stop. So I know what y'all about to ask me for. Let me see what y'all was saying while I was. Okay, y'all was saying that y'all can hear me. Okay, so Uniquely says, how come we just hearing about them? Who's railroading them? Child, I don't know why we just hearing about them, because I told y'all this broke on the news back in February, and then it was in Vanity Fair 7 days ago, and nobody has said anything about this at all. I have not seen nothing. I looked, I didn't see nothing. So I said, you know what? We always talking about our celebrities and what they doing and all of that. Let's look into some other areas of things and see what it is that we could actually find that's out there, that it shows that we ain't these monsters. Like, hey, Ace. Hey, everybody that's coming in. So it's like, now you know what's going to happen. You know that when this live is over, I'm going to chop this up, make it a video, and then I'm going to make me some shorts and clips, and I'm going to post them. And when I put these shorts and clips out there, y'all tag the big bloggers and get them involved in this, because this needs to be heard. You know, for me, the disturbing part of this story right here with the Alexander brothers. Wait, where was this? Where was this at? New York, Miami, international. Like it was happening everywhere. Thank you for the Cash App. It was happening everywhere. I'm not going to the store with someone I don't know. I know that's right. Bing, they making a movie about you. Where's the movie is what I want to know. Absolutely, it was a ring. This sounds just like Nightmare on Diddy Street. Okay. Now, you know, a lot of people, including myself, has said that the things that he was doing was learned behavior. I think that's the most, like, this has a lot of disturbing moments to it. Okay. And for me, another disturbing part about this is they said it goes back to their teenage years. So they're in their 30s now. So they were doing this since a teenager. So they've been getting away with it. And because they've been doing it since they were teenagers, yes, they are currently in jail for this. They are sitting in Brooklyn's MDC right over there with Diddy. They sure are. They're sitting right up in there with Diddy. Huh. And they ain't letting them out neither. Okay. They said the same thing they said about Diddy is the same thing they said about these boys right here, these men right here. I keep calling them boys. Those are men. Okay. They got away with it when they were teenagers, so it created a level of comfortability with them. Now they have ties to what the hell did I say? They have ties to another country. So because of the ties that they have to another country is why they were not allowed out. Hold on one second. Let me just get back to where I was so I could tell you, because y'all know I have my little notes. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with the little notes. That would help them flee the country. Israel. They have ties to Israel. They have ties to Israel. I'm not on that right now, but I will check when I get off. Yep. Why this whole thing remind me of Andrew Tate and his brother's case? I don't know. I heard about them a couple of months ago on the news. Yeah, on the news. But I heard about them on the news they was on the news back in February. But nobody's talking about it. So I said we was going to talk about it. That's what I said. I said we finna talk about it over here. But anyway, if you are on the replay gang, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, okay? Because, you know, we over here, we live and we talking about it and we getting it down. But to summarize everything up before we close out this portion, the Alexander brothers are accused of using their real estate businesses as a front for trafficking and illegal activities. The feds aren't playing with them, okay? They denied their bail, and they're preparing for a major trial, which we will be keeping up with. And if these three brothers are convicted, they're facing life in prison, okay? So let me know what y'all think. Like, do y'all think they're guilty, or are the feds just after rich men with power? Because, you know, that's something that we keep hearing. It's going after these men with power. But if you want a replay, gang, let me know what y'all think in the comment section here right now. Y'all can let me know what y'all think as well. But in the meantime and in between time, y'all be good. How y'all be good. Love is always love, y'all. Thank y'all for all of the love and support. Shout out to the replay gang, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace, y'all.